Welcome back to another Scirocco update. It's early August. As you can see, the sill repair has resulted in a lot more metal being removed. Don't pick at it, you'll only make it worse. Actually, hopefully we're making it a lot better. What I decided in the end was that I needed to cut a lot of good metal to get access to the bad metal. And I've cut it in such a way that the good metal can go back in. So if you have a look inside this sill, the outer sill, you can see really it's in remarkable condition. This area here was quite badly distorted from jacking damage. That's been straightened. I've got a little repair that's going to go in here. There's an area of corrosion and thinning here that I might cut out and fix. Most of the corrosion was to the inner sill and the jacking reinforcement, which I didn't realise was there until the air saw blade started cutting through it, and it took a bit of research online to even find out what it was. So let's go and have a look at some of the bits that have come out and some of the bits I'm making to go back in. So this is the inner sill. This would be the front end, because it would be in this way round. And all of this bottom area was really quite corroded. And you can see there's a bunch of spot welds on there that I've put. What I just dropped was the jacking point reinforcement, and you can see that this was really badly corroded, and this would have sat just about here and provided reinforcement when using the jacking point. So, let me see. Here's the section of floor I cut out, and this is almost all good metal. You can see there's a section of flange missing there that I'm making up a replacement for, and then it continues up. That is also mostly good metal. Ideally I'd have cut that in one piece, but I didn't know how far things extended and was hoping to get away with not doing that. Okay, you can all go back together, and I have an inner sill repair piece to go in. I've got a little depressed section, strengthening, that I'm going to put in the panel separately. But that's getting close to the stage where I can start actually putting things back together. Now, to cut the sections out, the technique I used was to use a cut-off saw with a 1mm blade, and using that very narrow blade I could cut just far enough through a panel to create a gap to put in the blade of the air body saw, and by that method, if you look just here, I think you can see the discoloration of the paint. That's the burn mark of where the cut-off saw went through. and then I was able to use the air body saw, so I get a very neat gap. This metal's springing up at the moment and preventing me from getting the panel into the right position, but it will go back in and be re-welded and save me fabricating all of this. And last time you also saw a template for the back of the sill, so that's all made. It'll get a seam weld at the back and along here and plug welded to the underlying structure. I've got to just deal with these, the way these spot welds are cut. I was using a different type of spot weld cutter that I'm not going to continue using. It's more of a hole saw, but I find it much harder to judge how deep you're going through, and I prefer the flat bottom style, which is in the air drill. And if we can get it to focus on the end there, you see it has a centering point and then effectively cuts flat, so that's really quite effective at removing a spot weld to one panel thickness, which then allows you to separate things quite easily. I've been through a couple of ideas on what to do about replacing this jacking point support, and I decided what I'd do is to use some 1-inch box section, and this is cut and angled to sit flush against this surface and then be up against the inner skin of the inner sill. And in order to get these in place and aligned, I drop the inner sill repair in place. You can see I've got these holes drilled for plug welds, and the box is drilled to take a self tapper, and this allows me to get it aligned up flush with the inner sill, and then I can plug weld it, and then it will be in the right position when this inner sill panel gets welded in. So you can see the pressed in stiffener on the inner sill, and I got this area cut out to take a stiffener I've made up, and that needs to get trimmed down so it drops through to the right position, and then that can get welded in place. And I'm probably going to do that after I've got this in position, just because it needs to flex a bit to match the shapes there, and I don't want to actually add the stiffness before I've got everything else aligned.